17 days, not for one single moment I had any worry or fear. You know, it's just like you're a different level. Also, you are with almost 4 million people. You know, there's so many people, and they move from, there are two cities you have to go, but it's uplifting. Yeah, okay.
Are you a Shia or a Sunni?
I'm a Sunni. So did everybody hear if I'm Sunni or Shia? And you know, there are two schools of thought. There's no difference between the basic tenets, what Dr. Garrett went over that. It's like after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, passed away, so it's about 85% are Sunni, 15% are Shia. Okay, I don't know, you have it.
With respect to groups like ISIS, that since that's a big thing in contemporary times right now, what do you see as the biggest challenge to opposing that group, even though they are less than 1%?
Well, ISIS is not even 1%. You know, you have ISIS. So I don't know if it's a branch of Al-Qaeda or all these radical people. So what's the biggest challenge for them or for the world at large, or for Muslims?
Because they're such a small group and Islam is so large, why are they so successful in what they're doing, and what is kind of like the biggest struggle for the people with Islam?
Okay, that's a very good question. So let me tell you, ISIS is a little bit, all these groups, there's always a political angle to that too. You know, this eventually grew, I'm not going to point fingers as far as my assessment is, because when Iraq, you know, the government, Hussein's government he was deposed, he was primarily Sunni, but the majority in that country was Shia. When the Shia government came, after so many years or decades of that, they sidelined the Sunnis, and this radical group came from out there. So even that group who feels that they're sidelined, they have some sympathies with that. They're not radical. They don't believe in killing and all those things. So this is one. One is, you know, militarily it's very easy. If a bad group is there, the whole world will get together and go and take care of it. It's not. It's the ideological change that we have to fight. That will take longer time. You know, you have to keep on going to younger people and make sure that their ideas which they're spreading. So this is like, you know, I always tell people, compare this to drug on wars. I came here 35 years ago. We still have drug on wars. It's festering, but it's gone much lower, you know. So this will be there for a long time. ISIS goes away, some another group will pop up. You know, like Houthis are popped up in Yemen. I never heard their name. So that will be. So I think, so you have to keep, who was before him? No? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You.
Go ahead. So how do the radical groups, what's going through their head? How do they justify violence?
Very good question. Okay. So that's a very good question. Well, how do you justify it? From their perspective, and, you know, justify the means, okay? That's for any organization, any ideology. Once you believe, so if you want, so it's not all Islam they're doing it. They have their own beliefs too. A lot of people, when they go and just talk to these groups, they say they are not the like really Islam following Muslim. So they want to control. The first thing is the control. So they take out verses from Quran. Like, you know, people can take out verses from Gospel, can take out from Torah. So there are, let's say, I'll give you this verse, which I call it a CNN verse. How many of you have heard this verse? Go and kill the infidels wherever you find it. You know, CNN always. These are actually 3 verses. The first verse before that is, I'm going to paraphrase because it's not exactly in front of me, that if they come, like non-Muslim come and attack you, the next verse is find them wherever you can and kill them. And the third verse after that is, if they make peace with them, stop wars. Okay. Now this group, they will just take out this middle verse. Oh, God tells us go and kill the infidels wherever you want to. They're not looking at the first verse, they're not looking at the third verse, okay? They're saying, believe me, you know who these groups are the most against? Not non-Muslims, the Muslims themselves. They will come and tell me that you're not the best Muslim, so I can kill you. They have killed more Muslims than they kill non-Muslims. We get all this, you know, like this beheading, which is just barbaric. But they have killed hundreds of Muslim.